All right, let's get right to it. Let's start recording another reaction session. And this one is going to be people dealing with crazy airline logistics. Let's see what they have to say.
We are going to be on that flight. I warn you, we are going to be on that flight because we were told by your own people that we were okay. So you take responsibility and you get us on the flight.
Unfortunately,
there is no unfortunate. You are unfortunate.
Every day at Luton.
My goodness, my heart really goes out to these, really any customer service person in general dealing with an irate customer. But it seems like these airlines tend to overbook. They tend to run somewhat of a tight budget, and we're gonna get a full lowdown here.
Over 100 passengers missed their flights.
No chance? No, it's got on time slot, I'm afraid.
Some take it well.
sorry, that's a no. Can't get you off.
And some don't.
No, really, you can't get on that flight. Oh, Christ.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know...
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen anybody break down. Granted, I don't work at an airline, but through like these different shows and episodes, I don't think I've ever seen anybody get quite that sniffly before.
So Airline UK was a TV programme that was on in the UK from about 1998 to 2007, and it was basically just a camera crew following EasyJet around to see what goes on at airports.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing more than the camera crew following people around. It's like, it makes you wonder how many hours of disk space are they using to record all this stuff. And then it's like, I've seen some of these episodes where it's like, I'm surprised people aren't like, get that camera out of my face. I've yet to see that happen on any of these. And some of these people get pretty irate.
On a daily basis. After 11 years of filming, there were literally hundreds of episodes of people freaking out after being told they wouldn't be allowed to board their flights. So I've put a few of the best clips together and yeah, let's get into it.
Back in the terminal, it's showdown time. Alan Derbyshire, the airport duty manager, has been called in to deal with Mr. Ntaki, who's refusing to accept he can't have an immediate refund.
This is what I do not like.
Well, I'm sorry.
You take the money immediately, but you can't give it back.
You arrived for the 7:30 flight too late. And that's the bottom line. If you had arrived before 7 o'clock at the check-in desk, you would have now been on the 7:30 flight.
I hate to say it, the fat Mark Corrigan's absolutely on the money, isn't he?
No. When I book a flight, I expect to go on that time. I don't care whether you postpone it to earlier, later. I expect to get on that flight.
Right.
And if I don't...
Yeah, but the issue you're running into here is the clerk is specifically telling him that he missed the flight. I mean, wouldn't common sense tell you that you want to be in the terminal like at least a good solid hour before? Say it's going to take off at 6:20 p.m. Wouldn't you want to be there at like 5, 5:15, 5:20, the absolute latest, to get to that flight?
Because if you look at my application, because I know I don't stay home, right? I gave my mobile number because I know I have my mobile number with me 24 hours.
The bottom line is, that is it. You have turned up too late for your flight.
And I say,
there's nothing more we can do for you.
I want my money.
You're going to have to write to customer services.
Why should I write to customer service? I didn't have to write to you to pay for it.
If you'd have been here on time, so you'd
I didn't have to write to you to pay for it.
If you
I didn't have to write to you to pay for it. They just docked my credit card. There's no writing involved. You enter your number in and you hit submit.
been here on time.
I didn't have to write to you to pay. Now you're pissing me off. I didn't have to write to you to pay for it, did I?
Finished. Right.
Did I have to write to you?
That's it.
And see, that's the thing in my mind, is it's like, I'm so surprised that some of these people that are totally losing themselves emotionally don't go like, get that camera out of my face.
Excuse me, can you just go off the airport, please? Thank you.
Huh? Did I have to write to you to pay for it? Did I have to write to you to pay for it?
Airport, sir.
Did I write to you to pay for it?
Pushed to the limits, Alan loses his patience.
To get my own money.
Because
What
you were
is
too
mine?
late for the flight. That's
Yes,
why.
so I don't want
That's
to go
your
anymore.
fault. Your fault.
Yeah, but I
not
don't want to
ours.
go no more.
Fine. So you've got to write to get
So
your
give
money
me my
back.
money.
I can't.
Why should I write for
Would
my
you
own
please
money?
leave the airport?
It's not your money. It's not your money.
Would you
Is it your
please
money?
leave the airport?
Why do you have to write? Why do I have to write?
Call the police, can you?
Why do I have to write?
Just call the police, please.
Monzo.com makes GANs great again. Yeah,
Let's see
you
if
know
I
what?
can
I'm not going to
react
say
to the
again
ads,
because they never
too.
were, and they're complicated. See, with Monzo.com, making a Gantt chart is as simple as throwing your process or project stages here,
Well, looks like it's just
adding owners and timelines.
looks like it's just a software, like a planning site. Well, Monday.com. What a great name for a planning software. At least that's what I think it is. Some of the ads are pretty cool to react to, but this one's kind of, this is just, let's skip this one.
Oh, okay.
At Liverpool Airport, a woman who's flown in from Paris on her way to Malaga for a holiday has been pulled over by security.
In the, how do you say, with the case.
And this is the reason why.
This is the problem that
Well, now my question to me is, though, is that how would the people know, how would the people checking the luggage in know that there's an animal in there unless they checked it? If that thing's all zipped up and tied up, how are they even going to know? Unless maybe it's making noise, or maybe the animal was like clawing at the edge of the bag and they saw movement. Let's hear what's going on here.
he's very frightened. Poor old cat, Koshka, and EasyJet doesn't like cats. Passengers too. I prefer to laugh.
Even though EasyJet doesn't allow any pets on any flight, Delphine Ramel thought nothing of smuggling Koshka on board as hand luggage.
In Paris, nobody told me anything for the cat, and I used to take my cat everywhere. And here they don't want a cat on their flight. It's horrible beast.
Surely the cat hates her. The cat's just been on an hour and a half flight in a suitcase. The poor cat.
I've had to call somebody. I've had to call somebody about your cat.
Yeah, it's a little odd that people wouldn't check the airline protocol about a pet before they start traveling with it.
Right, and the cat now has to go into quarantine.
No. The cat must. Alors là, mais allez vous faire. Mais alors, non mais ça va pas. Non mais vous êtes malade.
Well, sounds like she's getting all revved up in French. That's when you really know somebody's ticked off, when they start cussing off on their native tongue. You know that you've pushed them over the limit.
An international airport with a cat that's in the country illegally, she decides that the best thing to do is make a run for it. Obviously.
The fucking baguette-eating dickhead frog. That's a bit racist.
Delphine has finally decided to turn herself in, but she's not about to come quietly.
Look at this! I'm a big terrorist with my cat! Look at it!
That's awesome, yeah. She's actually got a pretty solid point there. She's become a terrorist because of her cat, and it's like, you think of all the other people that have been airline threats in the past that had nothing to do with the cat, but yet she's being treated like a criminal because she has a feline with her.
Not 3 persons! Just for me, 3 persons for a cat! That's ridiculous!
Terrorism has got nothing to do
That's
with it.
grotesque!
You cannot bring a cat into this country.
Yes! I don't care what you say! That's too much today! Too much! You
See, again, I'm so surprised that these camera guys, well, see, she's using the camera person as evidence to say, look at how ridiculous this is, but at the same time, it's like, I'm sure that these camera guys probably get punched or jostled, but they probably just don't show those sections.
break my holidays! You break my case! And now you want to take my cat!
Do you have any documents?
Stop it!
Do you have any documents?
Do you understand?
Not while you're shouting now.
Totally creating a scene. Everybody's watching. And of course the camera pans to all the people looking.
Yes, I should because I'm fed up!
You shouldn't have brought the cat.
Fed up! Fed up! Fed up! Now I want to come back to France! And I will never come back here in Liverpool!
Where are the taxis, please?
In Liverpool, not everyone is impressed with the new terminal.
Oh, new terminal in Liverpool. Let's see what's going down here.
I don't get mad if I don't scream.
Donna Nolan has missed the last Amsterdam flight of the evening.
I've got no way of getting. I'm gonna have to live here all night until. What do I do about a flight? I've got no money to pay for an exchange of flight or anything until you get back to work in Amsterdam.
The only thing we'll do is free transfer you to tomorrow morning.
What do I do tonight?
Stay in the airport overnight.
Well, if you're going to be stuck there all night, probably best to not make a scene and embarrass yourself in front of the people you're going to be around for the next 12 hours.
This has been the worst day of my life.
Oh God, never mind, here we go.
No need to phone passport.
Oh my god, she was on the floor too. I thought it was just a bag. Yeah, some of these people can go a little over the top with their screaming and lamenting and wailing.
While a lot of them do react hysterically, some of them react in a calmer, more abusive manner, like this nonce in the orange jacket, for example.
She's not even 17. Look at her. She doesn't even know how to do her stuff, right? Not even. You're negative. There's nothing positive
Yeah, criticizing the help now.
about you. You're absolutely negative. You're telling me. I mean, it's not worth my while. Throw the money in your face and I'll f***ing go up to the flight. You know what I mean?
Meet your next pillow. Why do we make our pillow in the shape of a
pillow
cube?
What are these guys all about?
The problem with pillows is that you're trying to fit a round peg into a square hole, or rather a pillow-shaped peg into a shoulder-shaped hole. This is Sydney.
Hello.
Look at the space between her head and her shoulder. It's a square. None of these rounded pillows are going to fit that space perfectly. They're going to cause her to bend her neck, flop her body, and twist her back out of alignment. What Sydney needs is a pillow that properly supports her neck and keeps her spine in alignment.
Ooh, you're hard, showing off.
When's the next flight up to Inverness today? Probably about 5 o'clock. You don't have another one? Yeah, and I've missed the last one here.
Yeah, we only have one.
Yeah, well, you're a right slapper. Thank you a lot.
Okay, so the reason this guy didn't get let on was because he gave incorrect information.
A right slapper? I don't even think I know what that is, if I even heard him pronounce it correctly. Obviously, it's some type of a European term, considering I'm getting a feeling that this has British undertones to it.
When signing up for his flight. So first of all, it's his fault, but the lady at the desk handles it so well. When he calls her a slapper, she just turns around and says, "Thank you."
Yeah, well, you're a right slapper. Thank you a lot.
Back at Luton, browbeaten Mel encounters...
I don't know if a right slapper is like a douchebag or a dipshit or a jerk face or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not up on that British term. I mean, I know what bloody hell means, but I don't know what that one means.
It's a regular problem.
An entitled middle-class family who haven't heard the word no in over 30 years.
I've got my passport and my driving licence. My wife hasn't got her passport, and neither has my son.
But we do have to have one form of ID, like I say. We haven't got one of those.
So we can't fly?
No, not unless you have one of those.
I like it.
The only thing I can do for you now is transfer you onto the next flight.
Oh, just go without me, forget about it. There must be something you could do.
No, there's not.
There's absolutely not. It's totally fake. But why? What are you worried that I am?
If I get on a train and go up to Scotland, I don't actually have to have a passport to get. Yeah, of course it's a bloody train, but it's going to the same place.
Right. Just lower your voice there.
I am getting just a slightly off of this, but it strikes me as being very strange.
Yeah, that's kind of a key point, though. It's like some of the airline protocol, and then if you pick another method of transportation, the protocol's different. It's like, why would it be different? Wouldn't it be the same because you're physically going to the same location, but on a plane the protocol's different than on a train? So it's like, I don't know who comes up with these bylaws, but you hear certain situations like this, and it's like, okay.
I
can't do anything about it, ma'am. We have no discretion.
I've got loads of identification. I've got loads of cards with me. I've got everything, but I haven't got a photograph.
No. I was going somewhere and I was going to Edinburgh.
The problem appears to be that we haven't got our photo ID to try and travel to Scotland, which, as far as I can remember, was in the British Isles. What can we do? We're utterly hamstrung by these thick-headed people wearing orange suits who say, oh, can't do this, can't do that. I mean, you know, it's my son and my wife. It's not as though I'm importing some sort of strange eight-armed monster. How
Yeah, some of their bylaws and protocols are a little odd. It's like you're automatically become a terrorist because maybe terrorist is the wrong word, but you're automatically become a violator just because you missed one criteria of protocol.
stupid is that?
Overall, there are 125 episodes, and loads of them are available to watch free on YouTube. So I'll add the links to the playlist in the description. As it was on through the early 2000s as well, there's more than just freak out episodes. There's one where Liverpool football team go through the airport and you see people like Michael Owen heading off to a Champions League game, and slightly more sobering, there's even an episode from 2001 when they were filming on the actual day of 9/11. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like.
It looks like this crowd's getting stopped for some reason. They blew right past the boarding gate attendant, and now security is apprehending them.
Like and subscribe to the channel.
Please.
I can't.
Why?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Why? I'm just begging you. I'm begging you.
There's
please.
no need begging. There's no need begging because I'm not going to change my mind yet.
Please.
You're not listening.
Please, just try. Oh, please.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Enjoy this last clip, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for watching, and let's see what the rest of the few moments have on this left.
Talking about EasyJet. How the is it easy for supposed to only have credit card? Huh? How the is it called EasyJet then?
I like that part too. Yeah, they call it EasyJet because it's a marketing ploy to get you to fly. Same thing with what's another quick marketing ploy that I can think of off the top of my head to get you to click submit with your credit card. What the heck is another one that I can think of? I can't think of another one right now. I'll think of another one at the most unopportune time when I'm not recording, so.
We aren't allowed to book tickets even on the day with cash or a credit card.
In the airport does it say this?
And then my boss said no because it's a new system now, so we can't bend the rules. I've asked if I can do it.
Full of language. Big man, shut up before I box in your mouth, man. I want to see the manager. Manager will come speak to you.
Make your
talking
point.
about EasyJet.
Excuse me.
Company
Excuse
name,
me. If you want to make a
shut
point.
up, man. Move from yourself.
All right, you won't be flying. Forget it.
I won't be flying. I wasn't flying in the first place.
Correct!
Let's pause that right where it's at. Let's go back to standard screen. We'll minimize this. We'll bring this back up. And we'll head off to another video.